right here.
Hey guys, welcome. Happy Monday. Man, it's good to see y'all.
What's going on, everybody? And welcome to the live broadcast. Don't wait to be great. And I am your host, Mr. Derek Forston, and super excited to be with you all. Beautiful. Who are you?
I'm Shanya Shea Forston, president, founder, co-founder here at Forston Consultants. And listen, we have been going for a minute. And we are excited to be back to share everything that has taken place over the last week that you all you've seen our lives pop up, but we haven't been in the blue seats. We have been traveling for the ILF Anywhere event, South Carolina edition, Columbia, South Carolina. Amazing event, an amazing opportunity to collaborate and meet new people, share information, and see other individuals and spotlight the Johnson family, 311 Solutions. Can you talk about that, Derek?
Absolutely.
Let's go straight in tonight.
So much to talk about. We just, like Shay said, super excited to be back.
Yeah.
Let us know, guys, if you're here for the first time. I just invited a lot of people over from different forums.
Yeah.
So if you're anywhere where you can only hear us, meaning maybe you're podcasting us, come over to the YouTube channel at Forston Consultants. So that's Forston Consultants. And let me know in the chat if you're new to us. If you discovered us in the last 7 days or sooner, let us know. We want to know about that because like Shay said, we've been away traveling, doing events, doing all kinds of stuff. But thank God for our software system that we use. Big shout out to StreamYard. We're still able to be before you guys 7 days a week. So a lot of you new people that thought we were live, we kind of wasn't. That was just a software system that we use. So our team do play a lot of replays, right? But tonight we are live in the flesh.
Yes.
So let us know if you're new to us. I want to know in the chat. Let us know city and state. Because like Shay just told you guys, man, we're super excited because we just came back from Columbia, South Carolina.
Yeah.
And what an amazing event, guys.
And we're going to talk about it.
We called it POC, which is for us proof of concept. Yeah. So we wanted to show you all a family that we taught this to that was just like every one of you all right now. Most of you all just found me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube. Right. And you're sitting here listening to us. But can you imagine 3 to 6 months from today that you have your own facility, right?
And you're doing big things.
And you're changing the city when it comes to housing and affordable housing. And you also change the trajectory of your family. Yeah. So again, let us know in the chat. We're going to take a lot of questions tonight, but we're also going to bounce around. My assistant, Jennifer, should be in here too. So Jennifer, if you're here, shout out everybody in the chat. Jennifer has been known lately as the grant giver.
Yeah.
So we're super excited about that. A lot of you guys have been getting started lately, and it's come from grants or scholarships that was given from Jennifer. And now every Monday for at least 30 minutes or so, she's going to be in this room. So Jennifer, if you're here, shout us out. If you're on the way, I'll wait on you. But nevertheless, again, guys, my name is Derek Forston, the proud owner of Second Chance Housing. And that is just simply my personal program, because how dare I coach it and not do it? Right. So Second Chance is my program where we take people from homeless to hopeful. And very simple, because I can take 2 hours to tell this story, but I've been doing good over the last probably 90 days with giving y'all this story in less than 2 minutes. So if you've been knowing me for any amount of time, this story that I'm getting ready to tell, sometimes I can go an hour or two, but watch me tell you my story in less than 60 seconds. Very simple. I used to be a social worker begging God to get into something just like this, real estate and helping people. And God messed around and answered my prayer, y'all. And he showed me a lady that was making 41 grand a month, housing people in exactly what we're going to show you guys tonight. But she was doing it in rats and roaches and in filth and in grime. Like, you should see the places that this lady was housing people in, making 41 grand a month. So the devil is a liar, right? Just as I can hear you, Derek, just can't. Can we do a mic check? Can you guys hear me okay? I usually ask that in the front beginning. My assistant just texted something on TikTok, but I didn't see what she said. I hear you, Derek. Just figuring out how to put a comment. Okay, so Jennifer's first time is going to be in YouTube today. Looks like it. Maybe, Jennifer, you have to
log into use your account. You got to log in. I think you have to have an account live in order to
but anyway, Jennifer, she's very smart and she'll figure that out. And a lot of you guys have met her already. So let's just have some casual conversation. But as I was saying earlier, God messed around and showed me a lady, y'all, that was making 41 grand a month.
Yeah.
Living my dream. housing people in roaches and in rats and in mice and in filth and in grime. And my folks on TikTok, y'all can see that one picture, but come on over to YouTube because I want to show y'all a lot more tonight, right? Because I'm going to show y'all a lot of these conditions that I saw. So big shout out to Miss Rhonda. I see that you're here. David is here. Kathy and Ronald is here.
We got a lot of people here. We got
users, so you must be new to us.
Yep.
So again, thank you guys for joining us because y'all got a lot of places where you could be.
Denise
but y'all
Nelson
chose
is
to
new.
be here, and I super appreciate
we've got
that. Shane,
Denise Nelson, that's new. Uriah Crawford, welcome back, bro. Haven't seen you in a minute. And of course, 311 Solutions, the one and only Katara Johnson.
I see Katara some pictures today and that whole album thing. So
yeah,
Katara,
awesome.
feel free to promote that, give it to Gab so that Gab knows kind of what's going on and she can show what all you were involved in.
Yeah.
So Katara, I only sent you a few of those pictures, but I sent you the whole thing. So you will see more pictures of you, your husband, your mom, your sister,
everybody,
the entire family. And then if you remember, Shay recorded us when we were at your house, and we're going to talk about that too.
I got to get all of that.
So you guys got
oh my goodness
questions on how to start your own housing program without the need to own the property, without the need to have a license from the city or the state, and without the need for a $30,000 sprinkler system. The devil is a liar. We don't need none of that stuff for an ILF, which is very different from a traditional group home or an ALF. So Shay, take it over and go any direction you want. I just want the people to understand who we are, what we do, and who we teach it to. Great people just like y'all that love God, love people, and love real estate. So if you meet that criteria,
that's
you're in the right place.
Join us. So first and foremost, let's start this. Derek, our super chats are up and running. If you feel at any time tonight that this content is amazing and it's uplifting to you, you can go ahead into the comments of your YouTube channel and send us some super chats. Also for you all that are on TikTok, go ahead and send some hearts, send some stickers, send some love, however you choose to share your appreciation for the information.
That's new to us. And I'm going to just tell you guys something. My channel used to be monetized a long time ago, but thank God for virtual assistants.
Yes.
Big shout out to Marielle, who literally in seconds figured out something that we've been trying to figure out for probably 8 months.
Yeah.
So one day my channel became unmonetized, and lucky for us, my newest VA, Marielle, she fixed it in a matter of 20 seconds.
We were so impressed.
We're back monetized, so it's a lot that our channel now has to offer. So guys, like Shay said, if you hear something that's touching your life or some great advice, send us a super chat.
Yeah,
and that just simply means that you can spend $1 on me, $100 on me, $50 on us, or 50 cents, I think. But
it's a whole bunch, right? It's a super chat.
But anyway, Shay, take it over.
So excited again. Like I said, I want to dive in, and you all tell us by putting a comment. If you want to hear more information about the South Carolina event, go ahead and put more in the comments so we can go ahead and dive in that way. But I do want Derek to talk about the difference in how we operate our independent living facilities. And that is through, again, different entity types, right? So I am, for most of you that know this, I house women that have been through domestic violence, human and sex trafficking, have been through a lot of different situations in life. And I do that through a nonprofit organization, literally. And Derek is a LLC for-profit entity. So we get a lot of questions, and we answered a lot of these questions on a regular basis, right? What differentiates the way I run my independent living facility in comparison to Derek's? Well, honestly, no difference. The only thing that's different for me is the way I reallocate the funds that come in. I don't take a paycheck from my nonprofit. I don't utilize the profit, because you can make a profit as a nonprofit. You're just not in the business to profit. But those funds that are over, the actual project budget or program budget goes back into funding other programs within our organization. So when people ask me, Shay, you're a nonprofit, why is that the route you took, or how does that differ from what Derek does? Well, honestly, it's about doing good, right? So my organization and my ILF continues to do good in the community, and we can take the funds that we raise from the housing aspect of things to put right back into the community and other programs that our community is requesting or is in need of. So that's, for me, the nonprofit difference. What about you? So tell me, how do you see the nonprofit in your eyes, being that you are for profit?
Right. So the nonprofit for me was not my game. Right. So I allowed Shay to do that. So I started out with what most of y'all will probably do, which is that regular LLC.
Yeah.
And then, as we tell folks, if you desire a nonprofit, build that along the way.
Mm-hmm.
The LLC is right now, it's quick, it's fast, it's affordable. Whereas the nonprofit is not so affordable. You got to build a board. You got to have meetings. You got to take minutes.
You do.
You got to ask for permission of how you spend the money. I didn't want that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So genius of this one, when I said, babe, let's start you one. She said, well, Derek, I'm going to get a nonprofit because why should both of us have an LLC? That was very smart. So for me, again, the LLC was quick. It was fast. And for a lot of y'all, it's the first step to getting started. So I see a lot of comments that's coming in over on the TikTok side. We are in Orlando, Florida, but our coaching right now is in 39 states. So this works anywhere. If you love God, love people, and love real estate, and you want to walk off your job before January of 26, this is it. This is also a ministry. So I'm no preacher, I'm no bishop, I'm no pastor, but you're going to hear us reference God a lot tonight because we do love God, we love people, and we love real estate. And Shay and I have found out that if you obsess over serving people and serving God, your financial breakthrough is behind all of those doors.
Yeah, because
let me repeat that one more time.
One more time.
If you obsess over serving people and serving God, and if you want the right order, serve God, serve people, right in behind that is your blessing. It's hard to lose in life, guys, when you're serving people and you're serving the creator who made these people. So all we did was take a concept that we saw that was real bad. I don't hide my story. I saw a lady getting it, as y'all would call it. Y'all, she was getting it. She was getting the bag, as the young folk call it.
She was getting it.
She was making 41 grand a month and told me plain as day. She said, Derek, I'll never teach you how to do this, bro. You keep sending me those people after social worker.
In other words, she was saying, mind your business and not mine.
Mind your business and stay in your lane, Derek. But looking for all of y'all, I'm nosy and I didn't mind my business because God put on my heart. Because Derek, God was like, Derek, why not you? So can 5 of y'all put in the chat, why not me? But do it the right way. Because I'll admit, y'all, we don't talk a lot about money, but I'd be a liar if I told you that 41 grand a month that I saw in her phone, not that what she told me. She said, Derek, boop, 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 look at what I make, Derek. She scrolled month for month and said, Derek, look at this. And she said, Derek, I'll never teach you this, bro, but look at what I make doing it. How crazy is that she told me, y'all, I'll never teach you this? Make sense, everybody? So again, Shay, I'm sorry.
No, go.
So again, that's all this really is, y'all. Don't make it rocket science. I take strategy calls and discovery calls every week from a lot of people. And what I found out from, I'll just say the last 10 people I spoke to, some of them are making this rocket science. Guys, there's a need for housing no matter where you live at. In fact, right now, everybody put in the chat, what city and state are you in right now? No matter where you live at, there's a need for it. This is also ministry, which goes back to that prayer that I posted on Facebook one day. I said, all right, God, I got a house now. It's on you. God, I done left my job. I told Shay, this thing gonna change our life. God, it's on you now. That's me putting God in remembrance of what his word is. Because somebody say, wow, Derek, man, boy, you a little rough with God, ain't you? No, I ain't. It's called putting God in remembrance of his word. Not that he forgot it, but he'd like to know that you know it too. So I said, God, I done rented this house. I'm building these relationships. And I done told Shay, we finna change our life. God, it's on you now. I'm in ministry because you said, God, not Derek, that the poor and needy will always be among me. And God, you also said, what I do unto the needy, the poor, and the widow, and the less fortunate, you say, God, it's like I'm doing a favor unto you. That's biblical, y'all, not because Derek said it. So I found a cheat code in life that if you do God's will and help people and don't mess around and involve real estate in it, game over. You can change your whole life. Because I posted the other day, God and real estate changed my life. 100%. And that's the truest comment that I can make today. In fact, I'm going to put it on the t-shirt. God first, because I'm no dummy, in real estate, which is the tool he used, and more specific, the shared housing model.
Yeah.
More specific, what this one, my beautiful wife said, Derek, we should trademark this thing, bro. You might be on to something.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll land my plane there just for people that say, well, Derek, what is this? Is it hard to get into? Nope, not the concept of it. People need housing. They can't afford an apartment. They can't afford a townhouse, and they can't buy a house.
Yeah.
We're the middle ground to that, ladies and gentlemen. So that's why we provide room rentals, usually 2 people per room. But what if that guy calls your phone that's a military veteran or a working elderly woman that said, Shay, I don't want to share no room. Shay, I'm a grown adult.
Yeah.
Shay also offers private rooms and private suites. And I'll land my plane there. Shay?
So let's rewind that, because a lot of people, you said something that people don't realize how attainable or how accessible the ILF model is into getting into. They have a lot of doubt. They have a lot of concerns. What would be some advice that you give to that person, right? Let's make this an online strategy call.
The first advice I'm gonna say, can somebody turn my fan on and the AC in my studio? Because both of them are off and I'm burning.
The AC is on.
Now back to your question. I hear the AC on, but that might be downstairs.
No, it's upstairs.
But anyway, what was your question again?
See, you do too much.
I'm starting to get hot, y'all. Now y'all can't tell it, but they got these bright lights on me and they are burning. Anyway, what was your question?
So my question was, let's make this a live strategy call, right? What are some of the, not rebuttals, but what are some of the things that you help people? How do you help people make the decision? Or let me rephrase that. We get a lot of calls. You get a lot of calls, and you said it today, that people are on the fence of figuring out, is this something that they can do? Give me, or give the listening audience, viewing audience, advice to, how is this so attainable? How are you at a $28,000 annual income able to get a house and create a whole different trajectory for our family utilizing this model? Because I think that's where a lot of people get stuck. They don't see their own finances being able to support a business or even, the housing itself. So what would you say to somebody like that?
I would say that, first of all, trust God. I hope that you guys are believers, right? Because we see also a lot of non-believers that make great money and do well in life.
Yeah.
But what if you believed God and this thing became more of a business, but also a ministry? And I would tell that person, don't make it rocket science. If I told you to go out and buy a house, that would be rocket science for a lot of people. Mm-hmm. Shay, when I found out that lady that was making all of that money in rats and roaches, that she was renting these places, ding, 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 ding. To me, y'all, that was the cheat code. I was like, oh my God, I can go and rent a place and do this. And then Shay, because I was the social worker and I saw the back end of it, that's lucky for you all. I can tell y'all the back end of where the need was so great. My hospital was flooded with people every day.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, but when they came time for discharge, they had nowhere to go. And as a social worker working for 9 years, I saw a lady making a great living of it, until one day God was like, Derek, why not you? And that girl showed me them 41 grand a month. And I'll never forget that. And then because she never would teach it to me, Shay, I snuck to all of her places to see what it looked like. Because like y'all, I needed a starting point. I didn't know where to start it.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, y'all got me now, so y'all don't got to sneak in people's places. But most of the people that do this in your city, they nasty, they grimy, and they do business the wrong way. So when they meet you now under this coaching, you're going to stick out like a sore thumb, but in a good way. So Shay, I would just tell people, don't be afraid, because you're on your job for 8 years, 10 years, 5 years, 20 years, some of y'all. Why not give this thing that God put on your heart a chance? Because God didn't necessarily send you to the job you have right now. But this dream in all of y'all heart that y'all want to do this, that's a God thing. You didn't just wake up and want to do this. Most of y'all want to serve people, help people, but also make some money doing it. And we don't hide that. Because first of all, watch one of these quotes that we live by. Please God, help people, be respected by the community, but make a bunch of money doing it. And I don't hide that last part. I want to make a lot of money doing this. How else can I be the biggest giver at my church?
And do more.
How else can I be the biggest giver in my city? How can I lead my family? How can I give to the less fortunate if I'm not making no money? So some people, they're bothered by that last part. Y'all, I don't hide it. I want to make a bunch of money. Because somewhere in that Bible, it says, if I focus on God, his plans, his ideas, build the kingdom, he said, all of these things will be added unto me. And those are your wants, your desires.
Exactly.
And watch this. I'm no preacher. Because if you just, you can say, wow, that boy must be a preacher. No, I ain't. We just love God. We love people. And God crazy about me. And if you real smart, the way I tell people, talk to God as if he don't know you want to do this. Hey, God, I just bumped into this loudmouth boy named Derek and his wife named Shay. And they seem to have it. And God, if it be your will, if Derek is to be my coach, God, make the way easy. Because God, he teaching in 39 states. Why not me? But guess what? My prayer is also that if I'm not meant to be your coach, I pray God move you as far away from me as possible.
And
because
then he
what
finds
he got
the right
you
person.
gonna be better. So either I'm for you or I'm not. And that's in my prayer already.
Yeah.
So scarcity is not a part of who we are. I'm not afraid of who I miss in coaching and who I'm going to get and don't get. Your prayer and my prayer going to merge together. And if God is putting your heart to help people and get into real estate, he probably going to lead you to me. Yeah. And if he don't, God bless you. Wherever you go, I pray God's speed on your life. Yes. God's speed on your finances and your health, and that you do great. Come on, because if I'm not your coach, I don't want to ruin your destiny. But if God is set before the beginning of time that me and you are to merge together, I'm it. Because we believe that you keep God first and everything else seemingly can just fall into place. That's it. Now, do you got to put some work behind it? Absolutely. God don't bless a mess. He don't bless laziness. Watch this. Most of my new people, and I'm going to call my new folks that's been joining our coaching in the last 6 to 9 months. These people are completely different from any of the coaching clients I've ever had, because most of them are leaving their job, resigning. Some of them are quitting and have multiple properties in less than 90 days of knowing me. So hold on. That's crazy, because neither do I teach it that way, and that's not the expectation. Right. But Lord have mercy. We went to South Carolina to show you Katara Johnson. It took her 3 years to get up and running. Right. Yeah. But now today, she's the preferred vendor in her city, meaning all the social workers call her. Yeah. So will you allow yourself to go 3 years but before the thing comes on to what you've been praying for? Or are you trying to be like my 90-day people, 60-day people? Maybe it don't come to you like that. If Katara would have quit in 90 days, she wouldn't be where she is today. Yeah. We wouldn't have went to South Carolina. Yeah. So Katara, God bless you and your family for allowing us to highlight it, to show other people the example of what it looks like when you follow the recipe. One more thing and I'm going to quit. And Shay. Big shout out to Kathy and Ronald Barnett. Exactly. I saw something that you put in that ILF Academy, right? But I want to show you another opportunity, Kathy, that you missed. She sure. Oh, Derek, talk to her about it. And Kathy, I'm going to say this as light as I can on this live, because most of y'all going to know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Kathy, you posted that inside of the ILF Academy. And from what I saw, over 70 people commented on the secret sauce that they thought you found. Kathy, that's supposed to turn into you giving them your link to tell them where you got that secret sauce from. Yeah. Out of 70 people, I would like to think 5 of those people would have took your link and you just made yourself $10,000. Ooh, Kathy. And I be telling y'all all the time, my newest assistant right now, Jennifer, is in this room. Yeah, she's in the room. Jennifer's been under me less than 4 weeks and sold 5 packages last week without me being involved in it. And she lived in the Philippines. Lord have mercy. Somebody gonna catch this, oh, yeah, and somebody gonna miss it. Kathy said, oh yeah. I tell y'all all the time, Kathy, that was the perfect setup. Meaning you use something that's called a hook. And the frame of what you did, your hook was so powerful because you said, I think I found the secret sauce to all of this. But there was no call to action. But where was the call to action to say, guys, I'm not that special. I followed the recipe. Derek is my coach, and here is my link. Yeah. Now, all the other things that you wanted to add or what you think that sauce is, then you put it. but you lost an opportunity to probably make at least $10,000 that day.
Easy. Yeah.
Now, you have no clue what I'm talking about. You need to join us on Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern, where we talk about our affiliate program. Because when people see you do well, Kathy, they're like, oh my God.
How do I get in?
Secret sauce.
How do I get in?
How did she do that? Now, Kathy, you did a lot of stuff on your own and a lot of what I call adding ingredients, but you got the core recipe from over here.
Yeah.
Use that to your advantage when people are asking you. Oh my God, Kathy, can you hear what I just said? Yeah. Jennifer has been knowing me less than 4 weeks, and she's family now because she's one of my new assistants. Kathy, you've been knowing me a long time now, you and Ronald. Y'all should be making $4,000 a week simply for mentioning my name. Mm-hmm. Kathy, just nod your head in your living room if you understand where I'm going with this. Ronald, are you here? Right? So, Kathy, just please put in the chat. Bro, I get it. I missed it.
Jenny said, let's go, Kathy.
And Jenny doesn't live where you all do. So again, guys, I only got Jenny for probably 6 more minutes and she's going. Let me introduce all y'all to who Jen is. Yeah. Jen is, most of y'all have heard me talk about Jess. Jess is my right hand. Guess what Jen has become? My left hand. Mm-hmm. So they run a lot of what I got going on, and Jen has been granted the permission to be our grant giver. Yep. So she's in charge of scholarships, grants, so much so that I don't even get involved in it. Those last 5 people that she blessed with those grants, I don't even know what it was, how much it was, and I don't want to know because I don't want Derek to be in that. I want to be unbiased because Jen don't know y'all. Her job is to be an absolute blessing to you, though. So to everybody that's here, Jen, type in the chat again. Just say hello to everybody. Jen's a part of my family now. And if she speaks to you, it's like I'm speaking to you. Yeah. And Jen has also catapulted our business. I teach you guys that God, virtual assistants, and our software system is the reason why we're so successful. And Jen is a great example of that. Make sense, everybody? Yeah. So my new people, you don't know this, but everybody that's under our coaching, they get a virtual assistant. You get your own Jen. Yep. You get your own Jess, your own Alex. We got about how many VAs now? I got a couple. A lot. And VAs are like Pringles. Once you pop, you can't stop. They're like Lay's. You can't have just one. So I got multiple VAs because I got a lot of ideas. And now Jen gets a lot of those ideas and turn them into monetary gain for me and my family. And her family. Because she's helping you all. And her family. And remember, she's got family too. Say it again. And her family as well. Say it again. Her family. She's got family too, y'all. Yeah. Same when y'all got kids and husbands and wives and all of that stuff. So one more time, man. Independent living facilities are what we do and what we teach. It doesn't require a license, and you don't have to own the property. If you love God, love people, and love real estate, this is it. And right now, I want everybody to pay attention because I'm getting ready to give a prompt. I'm going to give a gift and a prompt all in the same sentence. And if you miss it, I can't repeat it because I want to set a certain number to it. Okay. And my TikTok people, I can only say this 1 or 2 times before they kick me off. Because if I say a phone number, TikTok thinks I'm giving away one of y'all numbers. And that's not so. My TikTok people, y'all can see this in the link, or excuse me, in the chat. I pinned it. If you want our introductory webinar, which breaks all of this down in about 55 minutes, but on top of that, I want to give you a free course that will usually cost a lot of money, but I want to be a gift giver tonight. I want to pretend to be Jennifer. I want to pretend to do Jen's job tonight. So right now, if you text the word new, and only to this phone number, not in the chat, if you text the word NEW to 407-326-0086, and that number is scrolling below on YouTube and is in the chat on TikTok. One more time before TikTok kick me off. If you text the word new, just that one word, if you text anything else, it won't work because my system's automated. Text the word new to 407-326-0086. That's going to give you our webinar, that free web class, but also the free gift, which is called an ILF mini course. Yep. It's 15 videos that you must watch before you get started. Don't be like me and face a $40,000 lawsuit and end up on the Channel 8 News, dummy me, because I didn't know what I was doing, y'all.
Yeah.
These videos gonna keep you out of the courtroom, keep money in your pocket and off the Channel 8 News unless they're celebrating you.
That's
so
good.
There's a 404 number that just did it. I can see that. It is that fast. So one more time. That mini course keeps you out of jail, out of the courtroom. It keeps money in your pocket and off the Channel 8 News unless they're celebrating you. Your brother, me, was on the Channel 8 News one time because I didn't know what I was doing, y'all.
Yeah.
Not because I was the bad, crummy person like that lady was who was housing people in roaches and rats. Not that. I just didn't know what I was doing, y'all. And it led to a $40,000 lawsuit. That will not happen to you in Jesus' name because you're going to learn from my mistakes. Jen, do me a favor before you go, because Jen, sometimes everybody can't afford the one-on-one coaching. Let them know in the chat about the DIY, but also the ebooks. A lot of people start from our ebooks. Oh, and watch this. Because we're back live tonight, Jen, I want you to be a blessing to 3 people, Jen. Anybody that comments the word, I'll just pick a word, Jen, Jenn. I want you to comment the word Jen if you're ready to go for the one-on-one coaching and you want a scholarship to help with the price of it. Jen's got certain scholarships that she can give out. I don't get into that. I don't even know what it is.
Yeah.
Jen, pick 3 people that text the word Jen to you, whether it's in the chat, but please give Jen your email or something.
Give us something to work
with. That person that just did it, there's 2 people. Now put your email so that Jen can email you tonight or tomorrow morning with your deal.
Derek, they can
with
even
your
text,
scholarship.
if they want, they can even text that to Jen. They can text the word Jan.
They
so that way Jen will know who it is. Yeah. Okay. So that same number that's scrolling across the bottom, text Jen to that number. Just text the word Jen to that number and she'll get in contact with you.
And that's all. Now watch this. Don't text the word Jen if you're not financially ready. Right? But if you're financially ready, and we also offer financing through Klarna and Afterpay. And Jen gives some crazy discounts from what I heard.
Yep.
So if that's something that you want, let Jen know by texting the word Jen to 407-326-0086. And that number is in the chat on YouTube. It's on the screen on YouTube. It is in the chat of TikTok.
Yeah.
Now I can't repeat that again because they'll kick me off of TikTok, y'all. So text that word new, and I want to, and Jen, after 20 people get that new thing, turn that off. But the 3 people, I want you to bless.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Let's take a commercial break, Derek.
Let's do it.
Let's check in on David and Dennis. See how they doing.
Your questions.
Bring your questions when we get back.
Hey, David, did you know that you can start your own housing program and it doesn't require you for you to own the property and you do not need a license? So how in the world would you do that? I was always told that you had to own the property and that there was always some kind of special license that you had to get from your city to do this. People always told me that there was lots of red tape to jump through. So you mean to tell me these are also not group homes? It's actually simple. They're called independent living facilities, and Forster Consultants actually created it. They hold the trademark for it. So I follow them religiously on Instagram at Forster Consultants as well as Facebook. And every Monday night at 6 p.m., they actually go live on YouTube at Forster Consultants, and I follow them there as well. So you mean to tell me my dream of becoming this housing provider that I've always dreamt of is closer than I realize? And again, you're telling me I don't need a license and I don't have to own the property. Absolutely. You do not have to own the property. You don't have to be a nurse. You don't have to be a CNA, and you can get started as soon as tomorrow. Click the link below for more information.
Come over.
All right, guys, we're back.
Everybody, welcome back. And as I told my folks on TikTok, come on over. Come on over to YouTube at Forster Consultants, and we'll see you there. So let's put some questions in the chat.
Yeah.
I want to see some questions from you all that are new, but I also want to probably also let Katara chime in and give her opinion in the chat of what you thought of the event, Katara. How do you think the people received it? And Katara also was a speaker at this event, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
So she also spoke and gave her 2 cents. And then after the event, she met with a lot of people.
Yes.
Because people love to hear from Shay and I, but it's different when you hear from somebody that we've taught it to.
We're gonna have
Because
to bring
now it's like, okay, now Derek, I believe you now, bro, because now you showed me somebody that does this. So again, man, if you haven't followed us yet on TikTok, do that at Derek Forston. Follow me on Facebook at Derek Forston, and everything else at Forston Consultants. Miss Shay, back on you.
Yeah. So let's talk about the event a little bit. Some of the most.
Thank you so much, Miss Pamela. I appreciate that. She came over from TikTok.
Yep, it was Miss Pamela and Jesus' daughter.
Over, let me know that you came over from somewhere else. I appreciate that, because what I want to do now is probably, let's see if my mouse working today. Show y'all some pictures.
Probably not, because it doesn't look like it. I don't see it.
No, we'll get that fixed, and I can put that in my lap. But I often love to show my new people a lot of where this came from. Now on TikTok, they can see one standard picture, but on YouTube, I'm gonna get ready to bring up a PowerPoint, and I'll let you guys see some of that as well.
So Shay, let's talk about the event. I want to talk about the event. I want to talk about some of the give us the highlights in your mind, Derek.
Hey, Qatar, I want you to chime in as well on these questions.
Yeah.
And you and I can answer these at the same time.
So let's hit some highlights, right? This was a new concept for us. ILF Anywhere is the title and the topic of the whole, it's a lunch and learn setup. We like to keep this very small, very intimate, because the goal is to have you all kind of in our space where we can answer questions, where we can have dialogue with you, and it doesn't feel like you're in this huge ballroom and you don't have access to the team, to us, and those that we are highlighting. So the highlight for me in this event, Derek, was the intimacy. It was the intimacy of the room, the setup, being able to really engage with each and every individual that came to the event. I feel like nobody left without having a conversation. Nobody left with unanswered questions, whether it was from us, from Mom Forston, from 311 Solutions, their whole team. It was a really engaging atmosphere where people were able to connect. A lot of partnerships were made at this event. But the best part for me, I'm gonna be honest, was Katara's husband, Chris. We did a game. I'm not going to tell you what the game was, but we literally put three people. We chose three people to literally be in the hot seat. And we gave them a task that they had to complete. And in that, they won. The winner received a gift. Fun thing is we let Katara's team choose the winner. And boy, Chris showed out, Derek. He showed out. He walked back and forth between those people trying to figure out who gave the gift. And he kept feeling a way about who they chose. So he kept asking Mom. He asked your mom for her input. He was asking everybody, like, who you think? But ultimately, it was just a really fun way to have people on the spot regurgitate what they had learned from Forston Consultants and be able to articulate their entity, right? It was like an elevator pitch, right? That you had to do and do successfully. But it was so amazing to see people's comfortability because of the relationships that they had made in the room. Nobody was fearful to speak up. Normally when we're in bigger group settings, it's hard to have people share their thoughts out of, I guess, just on discomfort, being uncomfortable in that setting. But with this setting type, I felt it was more family oriented, and everybody left knowing one another, or even getting to know the majority of the people that attended. So I love that. I love
something
love
that stood out to me that I really liked, and I saw people working it. Everybody that purchased a ticket to this event was gifted with the HRA Business in a Box. So how genius is that for that to happen? Now, if you don't know what that means, then you're going to be lost for a second. But HRA stands for Housing Referral Agent.
Right. So
I have a whole coaching and curriculum that I teach people how to do what we do, but you don't need the property. You only need relationship. And this event allowed people to merge together, because there was a few people at this event that had property already that was doing it. So you all got a chance to meet with other people that can now help you fill your beds.
Right.
So if you're new to us and you're a little lost, God blessed me a couple of years ago to think of the idea of teaching people how to do it who have the housing, but teach another group of people that don't have the housing but have the connections, and I allow y'all to work together. So we built the whole community behind it, and we call it the HRA,
Business
in a box. Again, housing referral agent, meaning how do you use your cell phone and relationship and still make money and income, but just by making referrals to people.
Yeah.
So that's something that excited me. I also like when we tested people on the spot of how to say that spiel to a social worker.
Yeah.
So if you was not there, Jermaine, big shout out to you. Big shout out to Terrence. I think he's here.
Yeah.
And big shout out to, who was the third person?
It was the young lady. Oh my goodness.
Because she actually bought the coach.
I can't even think of her name right
so
now.
She's family now. I can't think of her name either, but a lot of new people also came. It's like, wow, Derek, man, you're good on YouTube and you're good when we hear you on TikTok and stuff, but your live event was real different. And you said things that we've never heard. And we got a chance to mingle with you, Shay, Mom Forster, Katara, the Johnson family, right? Tanika, Miss Yvonne, Chris.
Everybody.
All of these newer people that I'll call just new to us in terms of being coaches.
Yeah.
Right. So Katara is on another side of our family now.
Yeah.
Where I trust her to also give advice to people in terms of what is this and how do you run it.
And she's
that was exciting to me to see Katara do that with other people. And Tanika, who appeared to be shy.
Listen.
But spoke to everybody once we got started.
So good.
And Katara told me they would do that. She said, now, Chris, my husband, and Tanika, my sister, they gonna act shy, Derek, but once you get them going, they'll take it over.
Yeah,
So
and they did. It was beautiful.
Cool.
The other thing I liked about it, right, was dang it, I lost my train of thought that quick. But no, I enjoy. Okay, so no, Katara, I need you with me, sis.
There's Tanika right there.
Hey, Tanika. I told Derek that for me, this is probably the most.
Dana, you're right. That was her name, sis.
Oh, thank you. This is probably the first time, and Katara, you can correct me if I'm wrong. You've seen Derek in a lot of different settings. You've seen him on podcast style. You've seen him on audio only. You know, you've been to events,
class, big event,
everything.
ILF conference.
But I think, to me personally, this event showed a different side of Derek.
Shay thought I was actually funny, y'all.
Think Derek was probably the funniest.
Shay gave me credit for being actually kind of funny.
He was comical. Okay, so I live with the man. He's a nut at home, right? A lot of people don't get to see that side. They see your more serious side. They see your more passionate side about what it is that you do. But this event, to me, I feel like you showed people a different layer of Coach Derek, of the coach, right? It was to me.
She was like, babe, you were actually funny this time. Like, people were laughing.
Like, it was just hilarious.
And I just thought I was just,
Yeah, to me, it was hilarious because I've never seen you so loose. Yeah. See, I'm telling you, Katara said yes. He was, and I'm telling you, it was. And Katara, that you know just as well as I know, when Derek is in a more formal setting, it's a more formal interaction.
This was more of the lunch and learn versus the conference style, and that's what Shay is talking about, y'all.
It was so laid back.
If you're not like Katara and been to everything that we throw, you've never seen me outside of this podcast. Maybe Katara has seen us in multiple settings, and I'll admit too, Shay, the lunch and learn setting I felt more relaxed, actually.
Right. Yeah.
And not that I don't get this, but I got it more this time. People said, Derek, man, the way you broke it down just made it so understandable that anybody could do it.
Yes. And
I left with knowing that this is doable, Derek, versus coming. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But like you said, Derek, I feel like I can do it after leaving here now. So.
Listen, so Jermaine said he was playing the mean social worker. He said, too funny. It was unique.
Yeah.
And
sometimes
to see
I'm nice, but sometimes you get what Jermaine is saying.
Exactly. But it was so cool. And I think that, to me, so I'm going to give y'all a back end story. So all of y'all that were in the conference, I think I shared this with in the lunch and learn, I shared with Katara. This is such a unique and different spin to the way we do our live events that we were kind of, what's the word I want to use? We were kind of not skeptical. Uncomfortable. I'm going to say uncomfortable. We were uncomfortable with the delivery because for us, we're used to, tablecloths, three,
Yeah.
4-course meal, 3 and
Plated
4-course
lunch,
plated
glass,
lunches.
silverware.
And this is a lunch and learn style. So it's a lot more casual. It's a lot more.
So where she's going, y'all, instead of serving steaks and salmon and this fancy chicken,
It was different.
this was the first time we actually did like wraps and subs and more of the laid back, and
Right.
people loved it.
And we felt
And
so
what was strange
uncomfortable.
for us is that we're not used to that. So
Right.
we felt bad about serving subs and wraps and sandwiches and coffee and donuts.
I
Right?
was
Because usually
apologizing.
it's steak,
Right.
salmon, or some kind of chicken. And
Yeah.
then it's dessert, it's a salad. And we just said, man, you know what? This time
has to be a lunch and
it's
learn,
gotta be
right? It's got to be
different.
different because we're
and
taking
we
it on the
felt
road.
bad about it, y'all, but
We
we
did.
got so many compliments. People said, Derek, I didn't even expect for you guys to have food at all. We were blessed and delighted when
It
y'all
was-
bought that
Derek,
stuff out.
Listen,
So,
on day 2, I was actually
We felt really good about
Listen,
it.
guys, it was so funny that I was actually apologizing
Definitely
to
Quincy.
people.
So big shout out to Jermaine and
Yeah.
Quincy. They're one. So they're one.
Yeah.
They're one business, right?
Yes,
So Quincy, do me a favor, put in the chat. Tell the people what's the name of your program.
yes,
So Quincy
definitely.
and Jermaine are what I'm gonna say are newer to us, but they're also people that
Oh,
I
sorry,
believe that move at the speed of instruction.
Yeah,
So they're moving really fast in terms of what they should be doing.
yeah.
And I love that because it makes them look better and people are going to be ready to render and take advantage of their services.
Yeah.
So super excited about that.
So
Shay?
just in a nutshell, I think the event was phenomenal. Big shout out to Libra Creative Hub.
Yeah.
Big
Yeah.
shout out to, oh my goodness, the young lady that did photography, and the gentleman that did the videography. We will be in contact with them for other services,
Yeah.
because what we also noticed, and Katara, we may end up back in Columbia, South Carolina, to do more of a business coaching event, to help people gain access to things that they don't really know that's available for them or to them in their businesses. But super excited about that. My team will be scheduling a meeting with the young lady and her dad for, she was blown when I started talking about the automations and how we use software and systems in our ILF model to help, continue business as normal when we're not available. So prime example, one of the questions we talked about and we discussed during the live event was, we're here in South Carolina and our business is operating like normal. Right? Our phones are being answered.
Have our team work that day.
Assessments. Yeah, our
They're not
team
supposed
was
to,
really
but
available
very
the
helpful.
whole day.
Yeah.
That was such a blessing. We had our automations picking up where we couldn't. We had the voice AI agent answering phone calls, doing assessments. We had all sorts of things happening even
Big
when we
shout out
weren't
to my guy
present.
Shaw. Qatar, we'll talk about that later. Only Qatar gonna know what I'm talking about. We'll talk about that
We
later.
will talk about that later.
But Mara came through. In fact, Mara sent her stuff probably 5 days ago, and I missed it.
Yeah.
I saw it today, so I was kind of like, "Where's the pictures at?" And she had
so
did her thing. So super excited.
she's on
about
TikTok, right? Or was it on Instagram that you found her?
Joined us? Let me see. Oh no.
So her
Is
name
an
is
independent living home, kind of the same as the multi-unit assisted living. With
No.
services? No,
absolutely
so thirsty
not.
for Jesus, come over to YouTube at Forston Consultants. I want to bring your question to the stage. Come to Forston Consultants on YouTube. If you're on TikTok, come to YouTube because I'm getting ready to show a lot of pictures of what started this whole thing. But no, ma'am, thirsty for Jesus. This is not like an ALF, and we do not offer services.
Yeah,
the people
correct.
that we serve are completely independent.
100%.
So if you just joined us in ILF, we serve people that can cook their own bologna sandwich. They can provide their own transportation either through bike, e-bike, Uber, or their Uncle Joe. Anybody but us. You guys are not going to be driving people around. And they take their own medications without you guys having to be a nurse. So big shout out to Gianni, who I met with today from Jacksonville, Florida, who's under our coaching now.
Yeah.
She's a full-time nurse. But what I told her is this: we don't need your nursing skill, but watch me teach you how to use who you are to make it sound better for who you are. So when I teach her the spiel that she's going to give people, part of what she'll say is, oh, and also I'm a nurse as well.
Yeah.
So that just sounds better because nurses come trusted.
Yep.
Way more than just me and you coming as the regular Joe. And for my people that's joining right now on YouTube, you guys see a picture on screen that's me as that social worker begging God to change my life. And this is what he showed me. He showed me burnt up kitchens, beds on the floor, no rails, no sheets, no comforter, no pillow.
Yeah.
The devil is a liar. And the same girl where these pictures came from was making $41,000 a month. Put in the chat right now, if you made 41 grand a month, would that change your life a little bit?
Oh, 100%.
Can 10 of y'all put in the chat right now, if you made 41 grand every 30 days, Shay, would that change your life a little bit?
A lot of it.
A little bit.
A lot of it.
Now, if that number's too small for you, excuse my ignorance. But as I made 28 grand a year at one point, I was like, Lord, have mercy. God, I will do whatever you ask me to do if you give me 41 grand a month.
Yeah. TikTok saying yes.
To say that.
No. TikTok saying
I'm
absolutely.
Just honest, Shay. Are they agreeing, Shay?
Yes. TikTok says big.
My YouTube
big
people
time.
must be rich because they
Absolutely,
ain't saying nothing.
you need to pay attention.
Only
man.
me and Pamela.
That's not true.
Only me and Tia think this will change our life.
Cynthia Smith said yes.
Only Cynthia came to the event.
Shoshana said
is
yes.
That our Cynthia from that came to South Carolina? Let me know in the chat. YouTube user, you came to the event. Who is that? Because your real name ain't showing, but you said the event was great. So who is that? YouTube user said, yes, it would change my life.
I can't make out the picture.
Shoshana said that it would change. Shoshana, so said, so done. I said to myself, boy, I got to get in this. But can my YouTube people see what's on screen? Because if you on TikTok, you don't see nothing right now. YouTube is at Forston Consultants, Thirsty for Jesus.
I just texted.
If you on YouTube, TikTok, come to YouTube because I'm showing right now what the lady showed me. And I'm going to tell you, the lady didn't show me nothing. God showed me because the girl said, Derek, I'll never teach you this.
Yeah. I
took a Saturday, and if you on YouTube, you seeing what I saw. I came home crying to Shay. Shay, you wouldn't believe what I saw. Shay said, Derek, what you going to do about it, bro?
I'm tired of hearing you talk.
You going to talk about it, or are we going to put pen to paper and put some ideas down?
Yeah. Look
at this screen. Please, on YouTube, can 10 of y'all tell me, Derek, I can see these pictures, bro?
Yeah.
Can you see the bed on the ground? And I always say this, Tia. And Tia, you done heard me say this 1,000 times, Tia, but some of my people knew tonight, Tia. Watch this. If you don't have your glasses on tonight or your contacts, those are cinder blocks that you build a house with that is holding those beds up. The devil is a liar, making 41 grand a month. Can 10 of y'all please tell me, Derek, I can see these pictures on YouTube, bro. Because sometimes, Pamela, I think I'm showing people stuff and y'all don't see. It's a blank screen because I'm not very techie. So please, YouTube, I feel better if 10 of y'all say, Derek, I can see these pictures, bro, and that's sad. Pamela said, that's sad. Pamela, she was making 41 grand a month and told your brother, Pamela, me, I'm your brother, not Pamela. She said, Derek, I'll never teach you this, bro.
Yeah.
That's the one thing, y'all, that I appreciate about that lady. Because going through it, I was mad she didn't teach me. But I learned, I said, God, thank you that she didn't teach me the wrong way or a way that wasn't your will. Because maybe if I would have gotten this and saw how she did it, maybe, just maybe, I know Derek, but just maybe I would have thought it was okay to do this.
Yeah.
The devil is a liar.
Or
that's not my heart, Shay.
Or people would have assumed that because you were under her tutelage, that was what you were providing as well.
Exactly.
So you got to, you would have been guilty by association.
Ooh, say that again.
You'd have been guilty by association.
Somebody type that in the chat.
You would have been guilty by association.
Associated with it. They said, well, that's Derek place. Derek sent me.
Because you would have been guilty by association.
Nisha, and Nisha may be new to me, but Nisha, I took a Saturday about 8 years ago. I said, man, nobody want to teach me. I'm going to just go see what it looked like. Remember, Nisha, I was the social worker. So I knew all the addresses. I knew where to go. I said, Shay, I'm finna go do it. She says, I'm proud of you.
Go.
Let me know what you see when you get back. And Nisha, it broke my heart.
It was a
when I saw these beds on cinder blocks, I couldn't believe it. I still got the guy on video. And if you an IMB member, if you want to see it, let me know. The public don't get that. But if you an IMB member, I'll show y'all the video. Shay he said, y'all, you won't believe. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
It was a lot.
And we just bought us some bed rails, sheets, pillow, the normal stuff they're supposed to have, Nisha.
Throughout the bed, throughout the mattresses.
That wasn't special. Just because I did that, that's what they're supposed to have, Nisha.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord, Miss D. Ross. Somebody gonna get this or somebody gonna miss it. But again, why does the fan gotta sit on the banana box? Why does the bed gotta be on cinder blocks? Why does the other bed gotta be on the floor? So when he mops the floor, Shay told y'all 2 weeks ago what happens. Tell him again.
The box spring ends up moldy because the mop is hitting the wet mop is hitting the ends of the
oh my God
of the
like really. How could you make 41 grand a month and sleep at night doing that?
Yeah.
So that's why my prayer every night, I say, God, I'm going to meet millions of people that want to do this. I'm going to coach thousands of people in my lifetime. But God, keep away from me the person that think it's okay to house folks in this condition. I don't want you under my coaching.
Yeah, it's not okay. It's not okay.
We right here begging God to change our life. And the very thing he do is put people in your hands and you house them in this.
Yeah.
Now, if you on TikTok, you have no clue what I'm talking about because you can't see my screen on YouTube. Tabitha, you said amen, but that's not the picture you see, Tabitha. I want you to come to YouTube.
Yeah.
Now I'm done with this, but this picture, what you see, Shay, is not how we do it.
But you got to read what Landy J says. She says, I'm making my ILF so beautiful, my hubby thinks I'm about to move out.
Woo.
Yes.
Yes. I don't know which one of these things.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, that's
good. So good. That is good. Love that.
So nice. The hubby gonna think she moving out.
He said he thinks. Not that she thinks it is.
Nisha, Nisha put it in the chat.
Yeah.
And that's true. But you know what I found out, Nisha? That and one of my coaches said just like this, so I ain't gonna steal it from him, but I'm gonna just quote it. The more we obsess over serving God and helping people, the finance is gonna fall right behind.
Oh yeah. Them. Yeah. Money follows ministry.
Come on, Shay.
Money follows ministry.
And
that is
money
so
follows
true.
mastery.
Yeah.
And we mastered the art of this shared housing thing. And Jen, who's my grant giver, blessed y'all already. Right. So again, we want to answer a few more questions before we end tonight. But I just want to make sure that you guys have a clear understanding of what this is and know that you can get in it and let no devil in hell, no hater, your neighbor, your sister-in-law, your cousin, or the lady at your job tell you that you can't do this. I thought the same thing. I need a license. I need a sprinkler system. I gotta have a walkthrough by the state. The devil is a liar unless you're serving people that are not independent. But if they're independent, meaning they cook their own TV dinner, their own bologna sandwich, their own fried chicken, take their own medications, and provide their own transportation, because that's what can get you in trouble when you're trying to start something like this and you're not licensed. Because if the person need to be bathed, be fed, you need a license for that. I'm housing people that say, Derek, why are you here, bro? I can cook my own food. Derek, I can barbecue my own chicken and I don't need you.
Absolutely.
Those are the kind of people I'm housing. Yeah. So if you're in YouTube at Shay Take It Over, because this is Shay's house.
Yeah.
When I dragged my wife, and I'm gonna use the word drag, just being funny, I dragged her from corporate America. He
pulled me kicking and screaming.
You can't have her no more. God has blessed me and I need some help. And the Bible said, he that findeth the wife findeth the what?
A good thing.
And I found my good thing, which also means all my ideas that I can't put together, guess who they get ran by? Her and my team of VAs. Because God gave me a lot of ideas, but I can't put none of them together, really. I'm not very techie. I'm not the smartest guy in the classroom. I just got a big heart and I love people and I love God. Yeah. And I found out if I merge them two together, game over.
That's it. That's all you need.
Any business in the world if I love God and love people and give God the credit.
Yeah.
Because what I'm real smart at too, my daily prayer, God, I decrease so that you can increase inside of me. God, keep me with a small head, not a big head. Don't let me get pompous, arrogant, none of that stuff.
Yeah.
because I'm human. If you pinch me, I'll scream like a baby. So we all got that thing in us that want to take credit. And it's me. It's me. The devil is a liar.
Yeah,
The
you
more I
gotta
give
be
God the
humble.
credit, the more he increased me. So let that be a gift and a cheat code for somebody here. Stop taking credit for how great you think you are.
And turn it back to the creator.
Guess what? I'm bad to the bone, and I know it. But I'll be a dummy and an idiot if I didn't tell you where it came from. Because without God, I'm baloney. I'm nothing.
You
but
a
with
bologna
God,
sandwich?
most of y'all think I'm a genius.
Derek said, without God, he's a bologna sandwich.
I'm a bologna sandwich without God.
That's right.
But with God, most of y'all gonna think I'm a dadgum genius, and I'm not. She tricked me to go to college. Through the grace of God, I finished it, and that's what God gave me that job and said, Derek, look at all your dreams of what you want to do.
Yeah.
They wrapped up in this job. You want to be rich? Help these people. You want to get into real estate? Help these people.
Yeah.
Let me show you a lady, Derek, that's making 41 grand a month.
Mistreating my people.
Way past your yearly salary. And Derek, she mistreat my people. Why not you, Derek? And lucky for y'all, I'm no crab in a bucket, and I love to teach it.
Yeah.
So whether you take my free coaching on YouTube, the DIY, or the I Love Mastery Blueprint, or the I Love Legacy, you choose.
Ooh.
As Shay talks about her property right here, I'm going to flip through and show y'all pictures. But Shay, once I dragged you from corporate America, what was your play? How did you decide women? How did you decide to buy a house and not rent it like most of us? Take the people
so
through a journey.
let's start. I was voluntold that I was going to house women, so it wasn't by choice.
Explain voluntold. What
I
does
was
that mean?
voluntold. I said, hey, what am I going to do? And it's like, this is what you're going to do.
I said, babe, I'm no longer housing the women. Congratulations.
Yeah. So, and again, I really, I'm going to be honest, like entrepreneurship wasn't a thing for me. I was more so an employee, right? But not just a regular lay employee. I had managerial skills.
What's your background in education?
I have a master's in business administration.
How many degrees do you have?
3.
More than a thermometer, as I like to tell people. But go
I have
ahead.
3. I had an extensive set of certifications as well that the Holy Spirit told me to get rid of. So I didn't even, like, all of my certifications, I did not renew because the Holy Spirit showed me that I would allow that to take me back to a place that would be self-gratifying. So I literally let them fall by the wayside. And not even long ago, I was tested, so tested to where, stuff happened. And I was like, man, if I would have never gave up my certifications, I could have went back to this. I could have went, and I'm so grateful, like on this side of that journey that we went through.
Because it made you go back to work.
Yeah, it would have, and become somebody's employee and not my husband's, right? But no, so when you that's how I ended up with housing the women, right? You asked me to leave. And you asked me several times, and I kept toying with the situation. And I was just like, nah, I just did this huge project. I did this big, huge construction project, and with a multi-million-dollar budget and all of this stuff. And then all these other opportunities are coming my way. I'm getting to go speak at, AORN conferences, and I'm not even an RN, and I'm being invited. I actually got a phone call a couple of weeks ago from one of the coordinators of the AORN conference, and they were asking me if I wanted to come back and do some things. And I was like, I'm not even in that seat anymore. But Derek, again, self-gratification. You get what I'm saying? It was knowing that God took me to these places and allowed me to do these things, but it was ultimately to help me develop and create things that would benefit the legacy that he placed on the inside of us. So those opportunities, like the construction projects, that just made me a better construction manager for when we did our rehab projects. I kept people on tight timelines because the hospital made me keep tight timelines. So just long story short, it was just when you asked me to leave, I was very reluctant. And it took me about a year to say that it was enough, because Derek kept calling me, and it was like every week he was saying, I got another house. I got another house. I got another house. And when we got to, I think you called me on house 15, And I was like, but you just got a house last week. So how are you now like getting another house? Like, what are you doing? Like what are you really doing, Derek? And at that point I was like, okay, before you end up like burning the candle at both ends, I need to go. And I gave Derek, I said, okay. And I was walking to a huge meeting, and I looked at a calendar as I was passing one of my friend's offices, and I just chose a date. And it was March 31st, 2021. And it just so happened that I that was 90 days from the day that I chose. And that was like a Tuesday or a Wednesday, something crazy. It wasn't a Friday. It was some midweek. And lo and behold, I would have never understood why I chose that day, but it was the Holy Spirit. And that was the day that they shut down all elective surgeries.
Y'all
due
remember
to COVID-19? Due to COVID.
Seems kind of a blur now.
Yeah. And a lot of things were being kind of held in the hospitals and in the healthcare industry. And I would have really been stretched thin had I not left, because what ended up happening is my assistant manager, they really distributed all of our employees throughout the organization in different departments to make sure that they maintained work. So what ended up happening to the management staff, they had to truly run those departments on their own. So can you imagine me running 3 departments by myself with no support staff, maybe 1 or 2 support staff employees, when I had a lot of team members initially? So it was like, wow, it was a blessing. A true divine setup by God, I'm gonna be honest. But when I did leave and I started my first day, I'm not even gonna lie, guys, the first day with Derek, I felt wrong. Like I felt like I was doing something wrong.
Fish out of water almost, probably too.
And it felt wrong because we would start our day at like 6:45 in the morning, 6 o'clock, and we would be done before lunch. And I'll be like, well, what else are we doing for the
Nothing.
day?
Let's go to lunch and get something to eat.
I was like,
take a nap.
I was like,
all the
what
things
else?
that you want to do at your job, get something to eat, get full belly, want to take a nap, but you gotta go back to work. She was like, "Oh my God,
like this is what it was."
We done for the day, babe.
It was so odd. Like it was uncomfortable odd for me.
Yeah.
Like it was really, I was used to working 12, 18, 20 hours where, Derek would see me in the morning. When I came home, he was sleeping. He'll catch me right before I leave to go to work again. It was a lot in those roles, but ultimately it was a blessing to be able to have those experiences, even putting together elaborate projects and stuff like that, because it now helps me to collaborate with other organizations. It helps me to, coordinate events. It helps me to coordinate staffing, to create different things that I like, processes, SOPs, different documentation that we need, and be able to run it by the attorneys and it be pretty much completed and just need their oversight for any, verbiage that needs to be fixed. So again, it's powerful, but that was the early stages, right? It was 15 houses, guys, at one point, and that was a lot. Like that was a lot to manage. That was a lot of personalities. But ultimately, Derek was like, I don't want to house the women. I want you to oversee that. And it all stemmed from an incident, right? Where one lady, I wouldn't even say a bad assessment. The lady assessed too well. And it caused a lot of conflict. And thank God, Derek and I were working together. We were traveling together. So he was never at the lady's house by himself. And that covered him in regards to this one resident that we got in. And it really was a blessing because, our other residents vouched for him and was able to, keep his name clear and clean. And ultimately, I was always in his presence when we were at the lady's house. So that's what made the transition very easy for him to say, hey, take these keys. You now run this lady's house. I didn't have a say-so in the rentals, right? I inherited my first rental. I inherited my
first. Here you go, babe. Congratulations.
Here's the keys. But I inherited that first rental. The second one was all acquired by me, and that was the Bijou, small and quaint, right? That's what that means, a small, quaint place. And that was a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. And that was fun. The Bajo was fun. I just did a lot of oversight on the Bajo.
For the new people, who is your population? Who did you house in the Bajo?
So the
Men,
Bajo
women,
was
older, younger.
So that house was very unique. It was women, of course, but they were initially the first year of the Bajo, they were women attached to a program, and the program did pretty much all of the oversight. They just rented the beds from me, and they did everything that they needed to do. I made sure that the property stayed well maintained, and that was my role, right? As the ILF provider, I just provided the beds, right? The beds for the heads, made sure that the power and all utilities were available for them. Then that shifted, and I ended up becoming, once that contract kind of ended, we went into rehab. So there was a lot of recovering ladies that were coming out of recovery. And because this was deep into COVID, a lot of them couldn't return back to the cities and states that they came from. So we did recovery, and that was all older women as well, over the age of 40 plus. And not older, but you know what I'm saying? They were adult women, and that was all over the age of 40 plus. Then we went to, again, it was a mixed population, recovery, and those with mental illness. And then the other property, the other rental was, it fluctuated between women with mental illness. Actually, it stayed mental illness for a long time. And now I am seeing a really unique mix of the working individual that just cannot, due to life, right? Due to the aftermath of COVID, trying to become more self-sufficient and on their own. And those that they have jobs, they have vehicles, they have all of it together, but they just need that ability to save and rebound from where they were at. And then I also still have the mental health population. So you'll see that in this, your population shift as the community's needs shift. And the partnerships that you nurture and maintain, those needs always kind of change. So that's a part of, my journey in this space. But I will say this.
And how did you get into buying that one property? Did you discuss that already, or?
I didn't. So buying that property, honestly, it was like a unicorn. I'll say this. We always talked about purchasing property. We did purchase property, and we did it for the single family, mom, dad, children. We did that, had that under our belt. But then it got to a point where one of the landlords became very, 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 very greedy to the fact that he knew what we did. We had plenty of his properties, and he just started to get really overzealous in the increases of rent, like not $100 every year. And it would go from $100 to $150, and sometimes it'd be $200, $300 that he was trying to increase the rent by. And that would set me outside of the margin of feasibility for the people I housed. So I had to make a really strong decision on, hey, the market is showing a certain thing. And, we prayed about it, and God really had a homeowner that was in distress. That honestly, that reached out and contacted us because they knew what we were doing, knew that we were into real estate, and wanted to do something that was meaningful for their property. If they were going to sell it, they wanted to sell it knowing that it was going to, one, be in good hands, taken care of, because it was that, like you tell people all the time, you can't rent from the person that's got all of these dreams and memories in their property and think that it's going to go over well with them. But this lady had a lot of dreams, had a lot of memories in this property. And she wanted to make sure that those memories can be expounded upon by this thing that we were doing. And she sold us the property for a very, very, I wish I can find another house on the market for what we got for this house.
At least once a year.
That would be beautiful. I would do it once a year. And we were able to close that deal and do a rehab. And I was able to move the ladies out of the one rental and move them over to a much larger home with much more space. And it it now has me on fire for purchasing more properties to be able to expand what the Angela Denise Foundation, Second Chance Housing, and Forcing Consultants is doing. Now I want commercial. I told you that the other day. I've been dreaming about commercial property. So I'm just in prayer and asking God, okay, connect us with the right people, the right partnerships, because when he shows me certain things, I have to go in prayer because I know that there's possibly a door opening to get us to that place. But that's my journey, Derek. That is my journey. I was able to move these young women from a 3.32 to a 5.3 property that is so, I mean, I had took a family friend. So you all know that the Angela Denise Foundation is in the memory of my mom that passed away 12 years ago. And her close friend was in town. She came to church with us yesterday and we spent the day together, her and I took her to see Legacy.
Yeah.
And when she walked in that property, she says, "Oh my God."
And just to give you guys a before and after. So the place that you see on screen right now
was
the before, and this is after she completely remodeled the roof, the entire inside, the exterior paint, everything was touched in this property except for the floors.
And it already had tile and mild things
other
in the
than that,
bathrooms.
Shay pretty much touched everything in this place.
Yeah, we put up we made a room.
So again, before
all
and
such
after,
stuff.
I'll keep going back and forth so that you guys can kind of see the difference.
So again, having
there's a hole in this roof, by the way.
Oh, wait a minute! It wasn't no, Derek. It wasn't a hole. It had a butt crack. Okay.
The whole seam, right? You're right, Shay.
The whole center of the middle pitch of the roof was completely detached.
Would Father y'all let us know that how did Shay do on this rehab?
And we'll have to show full pictures. We'll have to send them all the pictures.
The outside, and we got 1,000 pictures of the inside.
Yeah.
But can 5 of y'all just put in the chat, what does this place look like compared to what we're showing you on screen from the before and after?
And Shay? Glory be to God. I had a very zealous goal of being in and out of this house with rehab in 4 weeks max, and we did it in 3.5. So see, that opportunity in the hospital really paid off because I was able to hold people to the wicket in regards to timelines, and we did a great job. We stayed within budget. So see, when you get opportunities, God will always give you those opportunities as learning lessons that you can apply in other situations. But that's exactly what we did. We turned this from a 4-bedroom, 3-bath to a 5-bed, 3 by converting the formal dining room into a bedroom. So it's pretty cool. I love it. This house is a beautiful home, and the women take such good care of it. Yeah. They take I go unannounced.
And that's a must, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Right. So just to answer a question right there, we buy the cleaning supplies, but the onus is on them to keep it clean. Remember, we don't live there. They do.
Yeah.
So a part of your rules in your handbook that they must keep that place clean.
Absolutely.
But guess what? They're not going to buy soap, detergent, or bleach or pine salt with their check.
No.
They're just not. So the way that we coach it, I'm going to supply all of that. I'm going to Amazon it. Right. But the onus is on them to keep it clean. So the broom, the mop, the dustpan, all that's on me. Yeah. But in my rule book, I want you guys to keep this place clean. Make sense, everybody?
Absolutely, 100%. So that's pretty much the story of the Angela Denise Foundation. But what I love about my properties and my ladies is the fact that I can just pop up with a visitor. I didn't call nobody and say, "Hey, I'm coming." And when we went in the house, it smelled fresh. Everybody was fresh. The house was clean. The floors were swept and mopped and everything. And my mom's friend was so overwhelmed. And the first thing she said is, "Let me know whenever you guys do another event or anything. Give me enough time to know, and I will fly out because I want to be a part of the Angela Denise Foundation."
Absolutely. So it looks like you got another...
It'll be an honorary board seat. I think I will make her an honorary board member because of the relationship.
Okay.
It was, like I said to Derek yesterday, I got home, I was so emotionally exhausted that
because she brought back a lot of memories.
Yeah, it was a lot. Yeah. That was.
But while you're even on this same topic, answer Miss Lisa's question about would it be better to buy the home or rent it?
I'll say it depends on your finances, right? Where are you at financially? I'll be honest and tell you this. There's some pros and there's some cons to both, right? This year it's been made a full year that we had this property that we've owned. This is our first ILF that we've ever owned.
First one we
right?
ever owned.
All of our ILFs are rentals outside of this one. So, maintenance we take care of, but major maintenance, we don't have to. The last live we did, I don't remember if y'all noticed, I got up from the chair and I took a phone call. It was after 9:00 p.m. Derek and I left because I kept rushing him to come off of the live because the AC went down.
Oh, yeah.
So guess what? At
9 o'clock at
9:15, we are rushing to Home Depot.
Literally 20 minutes before Home
they
Depot closed by the time we got there.
And we had to buy portable AC units. I spent over $1,400, and this is a property that I own because we were in some severe.
Because if you don't own it, we call the landlord and they go fix it.
Not even that, Derek. These are, and I'm gonna be honest.
That's your responsibility.
But here's something that we've always discussed too, as renters, is having these available too. So I would even say, as a renter, if you're in a southern state that gets really hot, and we had really we had
as part of our things that you should buy.
Yeah, we had a significant heat advisory.
Yep.
And that's when the AC decided to go down. And that's, by law, any landlord, if your house is reaching temperatures of 80 degrees and higher, and you're not able to contain that or bring that down, drop those temperatures, you need to implement something, because that is considered an emergency. And because we were in that high, like we were having some ridiculous highs, like 114, 116, and they had no AC. So when I got that call, we immediately hauled butt to Home Depot and spent $1,400 plus, almost $1,500.
So those portable ACs,
on the
guys,
portable ACs.
that, and I'm gonna use the wrong words here, but that little accordion thing that comes out the back that goes out the window.
Yeah, and it rolls on the floor. Yeah,
this
it's an actual AC unit.
Blows cold air. So there's a difference, guys. We didn't go buy a fan.
Yeah.
This was an actual AC that filters outside, that blows cold air.
And we had to buy
a lot
of them.
Talking about the comfortability that those things bring back.
Yeah.
So hear me say it here now. If you own an ILF, and especially you're in the southern states,
you need to invest in
the northern states, do the opposite.
For the
heat, for a heater, but teach safety with it. But not if, it's when the AC goes out, because it's gonna happen. It is gonna happen in June, July, or August. Trust me.
Yeah. So, like, prime
you
example,
want to have a backup, and like Shay did, Shay got one for everybody's room.
Yeah.
Some people say, all right, y'all, everybody come to the living room and we're going to put one in here. Shay went one step further. And everybody got one in their room. Okay?
Correct. So the other thing too with that, and I'll go back to the question about renting or owning. We teach you to have things in place, because you may have slumlords, right, that don't want to do anything. And the goal is that you do the most and the best that you can for your residents, making sure that they're comfortable, that you're staying compliant as a landlord as well. Yeah. Right. Because you have to keep that in mind. You are also a landlord. So you want to make sure that you're staying in compliance as well, and having those things, those provisions available for your tenants, right? An unhappy tenant that now is hot in the middle of July, record highs, and you're not providing them with AC, that's a problem. The case managers are going to be on you like it ain't nobody's business. Your clients are going to say, well, I'm holding the rent, or I'm going to go to a hotel, and when you fix it, holler back or figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Until I can find something better. But you want to make sure that you're implementing or have things in place as backups to make sure that you keep them comfortable and keep them staying with you, right? The other thing I can talk about from the homeowner, some of the things I've encountered in the year that we've owned this property, a little bit over a year, is I've had some electrical issues, but thank God for my home warranty. So those things were fixed immediately. Within 24 to 48 hours, somebody was dispatched to come and fix it, even with the AC. But that whole thing is making sure that they stayed cool, because I didn't know how long it was going to take. Normally in Florida, in the hotter seasons, it's harder to get an AC company out. It's very difficult.
They're busy.
Yeah, it's very difficult to have people come in, right? So that's my recommendation. I say start where you can afford and then build to where you want to grow. utilize what I did is with the funds that I had from the houses that I had as rentals. I didn't go crazy on spending, right?
I think those units were, because somebody should be asking, those units were like $250 a unit, right?
Yeah.
If my memory serves me correctly. So I think we got what, 5, 4 or 5?
Yeah.
5. Yeah. So
So
$250 a unit, guys, is a very small number to bring convenience and comfort back to your home.
Yeah.
If your AC guy can't come to 5 days later.
Yeah.
Because what Shay told y'all, and some of y'all gonna miss this, most of y'all, when y'all rent these places, your landlord gonna be a slumlord. He's only gonna care about you paying the rent. Now, I'll admit, big shout out to Mr. Brian. Brian, if you watching me, I appreciate you, brother. Because every other landlord that I have, they don't want to fix nothing. And they only saying, Derek, where's my money on the first? But big shout out to Mr. Brian M. I'll just say that, who's one of my landlords. He texts me at least once or twice a month.
Yeah.
Saying, Derek, is anything wrong?
Need anything fixed? Yeah.
I'll put a work on it right now. Oh, I love that kind of landlord.
But that's not always.
But
That's not always.
Ain't gonna get a landlord like that.
Yeah, that's not always.
Neither do I expect it. So, like Shay said, it's up to you to make sure that that house is comfortable and has everything it needs.
Right.
And usually through your insurance, which we use American Home Shield.
Yeah.
So when you guys are looking for a coverage, whether you own the place or
rent
not,
it. Yeah.
unless you a Mr. Handyman or you got a Mr. Fix It or your boyfriend or your boo thing or your husband can fix stuff, you're going to need American Home Shield.
100%.
And they should sponsor me because I tell so many people to get it. One day it's going to happen. But American Home Shield, if you guys are listening, we run a program that we house people, and I teach a lot of people, thousands of folks, and I tell them to get your service. So if y'all want to sponsor me and cut me $1 million check, I'll be more than glad to take it.
Jeez Louise. But yeah, so you just start where you can.
Let's answer this other question.
Start where you can.
Terrence too. So good to see you, Terrence. That other question was from, let me see. I thought it was another one. As we're finishing, if you have a question, go ahead and put it in the chat. And here it is right here. I actually had it up already. Shay?
Yeah, we answered it. So would you recommend purchasing property out of state to do ILF housing and using a property management company to manage it? We want you
to be in the backyard of it. So starting out, especially if you're new. Now, if you had any kind of experience and you got 4 or 5 of these or 6 of these, we can talk about that. Right. How maybe it's possible.
So let's talk, because Terrence is the one that just joined our family.
Correct.
So Terrence got to meet Nianta at the event. Nianta is actually getting ready to branch out from, because she's in Fort Lauderdale, but she's getting ready to branch out into South Carolina. So I think this is where the question may stem from. But what you have to realize is she has a whole bunch of family there.
Boots on the ground.
She has boots on the ground that can be the face of that extension of her business. So I wouldn't do property management, because what ends up happening is they're
not even going to understand.
Right. That's it.
Unless
that's it right there.
Teach it to them. So I'm lucky that my property manager in Warner Robins, Georgia, that rents my regular properties
knows
for
that
families,
100%.
They know this model, and she's willing to try it. She said, Derek, now as long as you don't do the 2 people per room, she said, I would really recommend that if you get a 4-2, let's just do 4 people, Derek.
Yeah, and she's willing to run it.
One of my favorite, and she's willing to monitor that. But I'll admit again, I don't teach you guys to go out of state to get these.
Right.
But if you do you got family there, friends there, business partner that can help you run it, that has your same heart? Because most people don't, Terrence. So whether it's your brother or your wife, maybe. But if it's somebody other than that, I'm going to say no to that, because they're not going to have your same heart or the drive that you do to make it work. So I want this to be within 45 minutes of where you live at. Everybody under my coaching, I would hate to hear that you got a property an hour and 20 minutes from where you live at and you got a 9-to-5 job.
That's a lot.
You're never going to go there. And it can't be that way in the beginning. So within 45 minutes or closer is what I recommend, preferably right in your backyard somewhere, meaning in your city.
It's going to be opportunities that arise that you may need to be available. Like you need to be boots on the ground. You'll need to be on the premises to help people navigate things, right? Even your residents. We say that this is not passive income, it's semi-passive. There's going to be times that you do need to go in and restore order, Derek. Restore order, Derek.
That's it.
There's going to be times where you're going to need to go.
That would call me and say, Derek, you need to restore order.
No, he didn't say it like that. He'll say, Derek, do your job, do your job, do your job.
That was his other quote.
Restore order, Derek.
How many
That's
years
how he
ago
said
you think that's been now?
Oh, geez.
It's been a long time.
That's been a long time.
Mr.
Rowland.
Do your job, do your job, do your job.
And that call came in at about 3 o'clock in the morning. Just so you know.
Me to restore order, y'all. Like if I had a guy that was like not like him, he would call me and say, Derek, you need to restore order right now. That was his saying.
That was his thing.
And that guy bullied me around for about 2 months before I put him out.
Do your job. Do your job.
But as you also see on this screen, as we're getting ready to wrap up, this was my first ILF that God gave me, and it was a rental. And I said, God, if you let me get into this, I'll go all over the world sharing it. And God, I'll never take any credit. So I was trying to not bribe God, but I was telling God everything he wanted to hear, because we serve a jealous God. You guys know that, right?
Yeah.
Imagine God is now, not today, but somebody gonna understand this. Not your lady today, but remember that bad ex that you had that was just so jealous? That's kind of like God in a way. He only want to hear from you. He only want to hear you talking about him. He only want to hear you praising only him.
That's right.
So like, make sure you guys are talking to God every day and not going like, thou goddess, I come before you as the humblest. None of that stuff, y'all. Break out of that. Talk to God just like how I'm talking to you all now.
Yeah.
God, I saw a guy on TikTok today. His name Derek. And God, I know you made him and you know all about him. But God, he doing this thing that I've been dreaming of my whole life. And God, there is no chance that you put his loud mouth and his nice wife in front of my face today. God, for such a time as this, can you open up the doors and the windows of heaven to bless me just like you blessed Derek?
Come on now.
Because God, you're no respecter of person. You love Derek just like you love me. And Derek tells us all the time that he's not perfect. In fact, Derek is a mess. He's imperfect, but I serve a perfect God. And I love God, I love people, and God allowed me to combine it with real estate, which is genius. And that's how he saved my life financially, spiritually, emotionally, relationshiply. How you say that word?
Relationally.
How you say it?
Relationally.
All of that was changed through God and real estate. And I only want to show you guys how to do it now. So at Forster Consultants, my whole mission is to enrich the lives of other people through knowledge and opportunities. And this slide is so old that today we oversee over 580 ILFs throughout 39 states. And many years ago, people told me, Derek, you can't get into this. You will never be able to pull this off. You need a license. And Derek, you broke yourself. You ain't even got no money. How you going to get started?
That's the truth. It was a lot of naysayers.
We're proud to say that my coach and Shay and I are in 39 states. And we want you to be next. I told God that I want this in all 50 states. I don't care if it's just one person per state. We're blessed that there was multiple people in 39 states. But I say, God, if you can let me carry this mission throughout 50 states, I'll be ever so grateful and give you all the credit. And I think that's why, again, that we're so successful, because I'm not a dummy that thinks that this all came from me. I give God credit first, virtual assistants next, and digital flow solutions, which is the system that we use that runs all 8 of our businesses. And when you say, well, Derek, what are you offering? A clean, affordable environment for adults, not women and children, not the boyfriend and girlfriend, not the boo thing and her half boyfriend. I serve single adults that want to change their life and start a new trajectory through this housing. Because I'm going to be the stepping stone for most of the people that I'm housing, because all of them don't want to stay with me for the rest of their life. So I house people for 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years. Use me as a stepping stone for where you're going. Most of my people want to get back to family, back to mom, dad, back to that girlfriend that he thought he had, but she really wasn't, but she trying to get back. You can use me and my housing for a second chance to get you where you're going. And as long as you abide by my rules, Shay, because that was another question in the chat. Well, how long can they stay? In this environment that you see on this screen, there is no time frame for me. You can ask Shay in a minute. But as long as you pay bills, meaning your rent, you don't kill each other, you don't destroy property, you can stay in my place as long as you like.
There is no limit.
Because Shay, quite frankly, a lot of my guys have nowhere else to go. I'm all they have. Shay, what is your limit? Do you have one?
I don't have one. I
can
don't.
They stay as long as they like? What's your rules in your place, Shay?
No drugs, no alcohol, no guests, no outside guests, for their safety and the safety of others. There's absolutely, again, no drugs, no alcohol. Be respectful of each other, be respectful of the property, maintain a clean environment, pay rent on time. And pay that rent on time
early if you have the ability.
Yeah, so
that's one of my rules. Pay it early if you got the ability. Why would you wait to pay rent if you got it?
Yeah, respect me, respect any of the board members that may come by, respect any third party that's coming. Allow services, like there are times, and I won't go too deep into this, but allow those that are
All right, I should be good now. Can you guys hear me now?
Let us know.
Let me know in the chat. Cynthia says no sound. We should be loud and clear now. So again, Digital Flow Solutions is what runs this whole business.
Yeah.
And in fact, I told you guys that most people that are under our coaching, once you guys get really good at this, we encourage you to start another business, and we also help with that. So Digital Flow Solutions is what you guys can use to run every business that God has put on your heart. And it encompasses your CRM, customer relationship management system, your business phone, your email campaigns. Forget about DocuSign, because this thing has it, right? Forget about all those other external things, because your automations, your workflows, AI
everything's
bots,
in one.
All of that's inside of here. So I'm not a coach that will coach you and that's it. We also give you the back end of it. Now, if you get my coaching, I give you this platform for free. If you come from the outside because you own a dog kennel or you own a restaurant, that's different. My housing people, I spoil y'all so much, I give y'all this software system. So whether you get my one-on-one coaching, the DIY, or the legacy, all of this comes with it. So Shay, if you want to say anything else about this system, the very last thing I think that I'm going to show is the coaching plans, because I saw some questions about that, and then I'm going to get these nice people out of here. Put your questions in the chat if you haven't asked it yet, and we'll begin to wrap up with these last few questions. Okay, guys?
To Jermaine has something. I did see that a message went back out to you today. Not sure if you saw it. I'll double check, but most of this, your A2P needs to be done by you. And I know Hermie said he was going to contact you to walk you through the process. Once we activate those lines, you have to be the one to go in and activate the A2P verification, because they do a personal verification now to make sure that you are not a bot. So they want to make sure that they are identifying the owner of the entity. That is something that started last week while we were in South Carolina, and I was informed by the staff today that that was a new implementation that was done. So Hermie was aware of that and knows that he will be the one reaching out to you to get that stuff configured.
And just real quick, just as a side note and an extra gem, local radio, guys, is a big major thing. A lot of you guys have Christian radio in your city, in your state, and it's very affordable in terms of advertising. And think about the audience that it's going out to. Believers, people that also, may need this or know somebody that needs it. So I would absolutely tell you guys, as a marketing strategy, to figure out what is the local radio station costing you to run an ad.
Yeah, okay? That's good too.
And then right here, I'm gonna get you guys out of here. It's our coaching. So right here is our DIY. It's only $497. What's cool about this? You get everything that I give my one-on-one people. You just don't get me. So if you're somebody that can follow directions, watch videos, and do all the stuff on your own, that's what the DIY is. So again, this is a game changer for a lot of people because we still give you that CRM system. We build your website. The business phone comes from us. All the paperwork, the legal paperwork to run this business, guys, that cost me $8,000 from a lawyer. You guys copy and paste it and have it. I give it to you. All you do is change the branding on it. So don't let it say Forster Consultants or Second Chance Housing.
Please don't.
It should say your name. So change that branding.
Yeah.
All the templates, the setup guides, everything. And we get this question a lot, but lifetime access. This access don't end unless you lose it somehow. And just call me, we'll re-give it. But the DIY, ILF Mastery DIY, it's only $497. And don't forget, guys, in January, it goes back to its original price. So remember, guys, all year long, our coaching has been on sale. Right here is the ILF Mastery Blueprint, which is the most popular one. This is our one-on-one coaching. You get me and all of that stuff that I just talked about. So make sure you guys take a picture of this. You get a virtual assistant. You also get access to that private community and a bunch of other stuff that we ain't even talked about. Like prime example, probably 9-10 months ago, we taught a course of how to write a book using one word, and it makes an 11-book chapter. So congratulations, all of y'all that are under my coaching, you will be an author. You will write a book this year. So if you purchase this, that also comes with it. It was called an AI ebook writing course. And we literally taught you guys how to write a book in one day and have it on Etsy and Amazon the next day for sale.
That was cool. That was really cool.
You guys also get that. Our business coaching also falls in that. And unless you break up with me, this coaching is pretty much forever. Hate to say it that way.
As long as you are active in it.
But long as you are active in it. If you leave for 2 years, 3 years, and I ain't heard from you, that ain't gonna work. But if you're actively in it, I don't care if it take you 3 years the way it took Katara. She's here every week, and we talk twice a month at least.
Yeah.
I'll coach her for the rest of her life. But if you disappear, that changes.
That looks a little different, y'all.
So again, the ILF Mastery Blueprint is the one-on-one coaching. That's what most people get. And right here is the ILF Legacy Builder. This is our white glove service, right? So this is that whole done for you. You don't do anything in this service other than do the work. But we're going to build your website. We're going to build your LLC. We're going to build your EIN. All your business setup structure, we build that. If the other plans, I don't touch it. I just tell you how to do it. Some people say, well, Derek, why don't you just do it for me? Well, I've been asked that for years now. This is now includes in this plan.
Yeah.
This plan also includes me flying to where you live at for one of your coachings or for your open house, you choose. Okay. So, and all the other things that come in the ILF Master Blueprint is over here now, because guess what happens in January? The blueprint, guys, is not the same anymore. ILF Master Blueprint gonna look real different in terms of the availability, what it looks like. And I'm now training other coaches that are great at this. So all you that feel like you just need Derek, that won't happen coming January. I have other coaches like Katara and about 3 other people that I'll be training. They probably will be coaching you.
Yeah.
Same great content, same information. They may not be as loud as me, right? Or as aggressively talking as me, but the information gonna be the same. And if you listen to it, it'll change your life. And that's why we're so proud of the DIY. I got a lot of people that buy the DIY and never talk to me, and they're up and running.
Yeah.
So that tells me that you really don't need Derek, right? But if you can read, you can lead. And if you can watch and listen, you can implement.
Yeah.
But for the one that say, Derek, that all sounds great, bro, but that's baloney. Derek, I want you to hold my hand. I want you to coach me one-on-one, Derek. No problem. And that's what the ILF Mastery Blueprint is, and especially the ILF Legacy Builder come January.
Yeah.
So the blueprint will look a lot different next year. So get in now anytime before December, and nothing changes and you're grandfathered into it. But if you meet me in January, guys, what the way it looks today with the ILF Mastery Blueprint, it's not going to look like that. It'll be great, but it just won't probably be me.
Yeah.
And the access will be real different, and it's going to be a lot of more of the group coaching setting. So, and I'm excited about it because it's still going to do very well.
Oh, absolutely.
But I just want to let you guys know about that. So those are all 3 coaching plans. I love you guys like a fat kid loves cake. I don't see any more questions. So we're going to get ready to shut you guys
We'll see
down.
you tomorrow night.
My name is Derek
Same
Forston,
place.
guys, and I approve this entire message. And my prayer for you all is that you move at the speed of instruction, that God gives you great health, both mentally and physically, because it's hard to do God's will if you're not physically fit, mentally, spiritually, and physically, meaning that I don't need your back to be hurting, your knees to be giving out. We got to serve people. So watch this. Another prayer for me that don't sound so, oh God, it's God, you called me to help people.
Yeah.
And God, I can't afford to be sick. I can't afford to have the flu, the cold, dementia. The devil is a liar. Alzheimer's, the devil is a liar. Cancer, God, I can't take none of that stuff because you chose me to do your will. And God, cancer will stop all of this. Cancer will slow it down, maybe not stop it. So God, dementia is not my portion. Alzheimer's is not my portion.
Come on,
having a back that don't work is not my portion. Knees that can't walk me past 20 minutes is not my portion. So why you think I walk every morning, exercise, and put in the work to make that happen?
Yeah.
I want a healthy heart, healthy kidneys.
Come on, D.
How can we ask God for all of this stuff and we ain't taking care of ourselves? Now, no knock on nobody today, but I do this randomly. Today, all I had was a bunch of water and a cantaloupe. I ate a whole cantaloupe today, y'all, and I'm starving.
He didn't save me none.
But because she ate regular food today.
I did.
This was just me. And again, even to this ain't me trying to tell you guys of just advice. I ate a little crazy the last few days, right? My niece had a birthday party, so we went in. So today I said, you know what? I'm going to give this body a rest. I'm going to fast today. But not as the fast as the normal fast, because I'm still going to work. I still got to take calls and all that. But I'm going to eat a cantaloupe and drink a bunch of water, and that's it.
Yeah.
Now, I may eat tonight, but every now and again, fast sometime. Intermittent fasting sometime. If your job got stairs, take them. Don't always get on that elevator. Let's cut out that Kool-Aid, that sweet wheat tea. Let's drink a lot of more water, and let's take care of ourselves so that because we're praying for all of these things, God don't bless a mess. He ain't gonna bless you when you finna head out of here.
Yeah.
So let's extend our life by taking care of ourselves.
Yep.
And do something for somebody this week that can't pay you back.
Ooh,
my name is Derek Forster, and I approve this message.
Guys, it's been an honor and a privilege. And as always, you could have been anywhere, but you're here with us, and we appreciate y'all. And for those of y'all that joined us in South Carolina, big shout out to you all.
And thank you all.
Thank you all for spending that time with us. It's always an honor that people will take the time away from their schedule, take money out of their hard working resources.
As far as Michigan.
Yeah, that's
right.
I just thank y'all.
Florida.
Thank y'all so much.
Big shout out to you guys, man. Thank y'all so much.
And for my lady that came from Michigan, guess what? I did have an extra gift. It was in my suitcase. So I got to get with Jet.
If you're on here,
it looks like I'll be mailing you something.
And she's already under our coaching.
Yeah, so it looks like I got to mail it to her.
Or she'll hear this on the replay.
Yeah, I got to mail her something. So I got to get her address. I'll get it from Jess. But yeah, we love you guys. And again, we appreciate you. Have a blessed night. And we'll see you here tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. Go for it.
Now unto him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all we can ever ask or think, according to God's power that works in us. You guys be great. We'll see you tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here.
Good night.